Yes.
And we do have a bribe stadium.
So he decided to go for the bribe. Yeah, I think again Woofbark has some money as well, and he was ordered, so it looked like he's gone for that. What is Noob gone for? Setic? Doesn't he get anything else? So he got the bribe as well, and then Setic, and is that it? How expensive is Setic?
20?
Okay. He is strength 4, I guess.
It looks like he's got a Merc White.
Ah, yeah, there it is. Good spot, good spot. Even the hero is a Merc Whiting. I guess it'll also being no. I'll be pretty low with only having one white and the two wolves. In a game you need to win.
I didn't see a goal for Noob. I didn't realize he didn't have any goals. Or everything for Noob is on those wolves then, although the wolves are decent.
Yeah, that's the plus 80 plus movements. It's good one turn and good everything, right? And there's the piling on wolf. In my world, that should be a juggernaut wolf, not a piling on wolf. But hey ho. I guess that's one of the reasons to take the bribe stadium as well. Is if he actually going for trying high rolling with the wolf, you can try to boot it out. But the funny fact is, of course, even only having 0 ghouls, it's one ghoul, only one ghoul less than whatever ghoul Undead team I played last round with one ghoul on an Undead team. Who is that again? Consistently playing with one ghoul and then complains they're slow, and then complains about Undead being slow. Yeah, congrats, Wolf. Will be good having you guys up into one again. Having a 4 zombie bend seems a bit much.
He just didn't want to fire anything because he's obviously got. Yeah. There was only 13 before this.
Yeah, I guess it's. Yeah, and I guess they want to win, but it's probably not as important because their position is not really threatened. They'll stay up.
Isn't there a theoretical chance of them getting relegated? It's only top 4 stay up, isn't there? And if Noob loses this game, I think there's still a chance of them going down.
There's still a chance. I might just look it up. You might be right. I guess Dash. Is that round? What is Dash's round? No, Dash is winning. No, I cannot see who's being able to run past them because Dash is winning currently, and they're 1 point behind BB2, which is currently losing to us. Can O catch them? Okay, so O is 3 points behind. And O is currently losing. But they need to win the last 2 games. And then it's Delta, right? Which is better for O. So yeah, theoretically, yeah. So if O wins the 2 last ones and Noob loses this one. But since we don't particularly need winning, I will imagine there's quite a good chance this is going to be a draw. If Woofbark managed to score an 8. But that will of course not really do anything for Noobs in losing or winning. Yes. So
I was probably looking at Dash. I knew about O as well, the outside, but I was probably looking at Dash and not realizing that it updates game by game. It's a bit of a weird way of doing it.
Yeah, as soon as it hey Mortis, salute. Yeah, as soon as there's a game played, it gets that as the result. I have no clue why. I guess it's easier that way than waiting for it to be decided. AKA slightly lazy. The situation is if Wolf doesn't lose this one, we're winning.
Wolf's white is so sexy.
Yeah, I love that one. God Mighty Blow Strings plus Jogs title. You can do everything with that. It's one big the big toolbox. Like a Swiss Army knife, it can do everything for you.
Interesting on the DP placement there, putting it out front when the block fend piece could have run in there.
Yeah, I don't think I'll imagine he's not suspecting him to put in the guards to actually do anything with it anyway. And by that, the Fen can be more annoying on the side, one of the sides instead. It's not a bad Undead team either, but with that sexy block, the block mummy as well, leading the pack, the other one being stand firm. He's not really lost anything important, has he, for a while? After he got a new white up and running, the new cheese.
He really rates grab, apparently. He took grab before stand firm on that mummy.
Yeah, on the block one, you're right. That's base aggressive.
I was looking at those grabs thinking, oh, this would be 40k saved for the clan without grabs on them.
Yeah, that's the problem, I guess, with the other mummy not rolling double for the block.
I take it we can't just edit skills and take skills off.
Unfortunately not. You can skill up but not skill down, I was about to say. That would be nice. You could try to accidentally forget a skill. But I'm sure the admins will spot it. Oh, that's a sexy... Are we fouling that wide?
I don't know. It's like we almost don't want to foul. I think he's pretty much taken the bribe stadium almost purely
For the
to
poming.
discourage the pom wolf, hasn't he?
Yeah, I will imagine so. That would be my thinking by it. It's Noob's way into this game is high rolling with the pom wolf, right? And if you have the bribe, if you have the dirty player and the bribe, don't really want to pom it. I'm not sure he really want to risk that wolf anyway in this game. Because without those two wolves, this team is pretty ordinary.
Oh, we could foul it, I suppose.
It is a guard strength for Mighty Blow, and he's clearly the piece he want to blitz with, so he doesn't get frenzy trap, right?
And it's right there. We're not even giving up anything positionally.
You're just scooting. You're doing the same again, blitzing forward with the jogs, and then you're just moving over. Nope, both have their bribes from the bribe stadium. It does feel good. But it never really feels good stepping on anything regen, does it?
Wanting the bribe is one way we can start the reverse snowball, though, and get into trouble.
Yeah. I guess that's what Wolf is thinking about now as well, is if we lose the bribe, then he might go into starting. But this does look like he's going for it, doesn't it? Or is he just isolated? It might also just isolate it so it's useless. There's no... See?
Oh, it's an expensive use of the mummy if we're doing that.
If we're going to this side in general, yeah.
Oh, I think we're taking the space up in front of the mummy.
Yeah, but it's also, yeah, it isolates that wide out of business a bit, doesn't it? Nope. This is looking like a foul now.
We could have aimed a bust in the 4 squares in front of the halfway line here, couldn't we? With the mummy trapped behind us and still fouled it.
We could. But it doesn't look like that's what we're doing. This is and we're also making sure we definitely hitting it. Okay. Oh yeah, he's only one fleshy for the game. That's pretty bad in this matchup.
Especially while we've got that white.
Yeah, the white that can just move the fleshy at random, at will, just move that fleshy around. Yeah, that's pretty bad. No, not double one, Steph. As minimum double two. Oh, that's full value and it stays out. Ooh. And this is looking bad suddenly.
Yeah, Cullius is saying about who needs mummies in position anyway, and it is only turn 3 though. Having the mummy out on the sideline isn't a disaster. It just, if he manages to slow Woof down for a turn, it can be problematic then.
Yeah, he is helped a bit by Space Cadet not found his AG4 though. It does mean makes it a little bit less dangerous getting stuck a bit. Oh my god, it's also movement 3 that fleshy on top of it. Is that Noob going for removals and giving up on defending this? To go for us to foul that?
We're not fouling that.
No, and he's surely Wolf is taking some real estate because Noob says clearly abandoned. He's even defending it now. You could go for the golem and see if you can get rid of the last golem. That will also be pretty devastating.
I'm not sure there was any way for Noob to stop this anyway.
No, probably not. Not 3 players down, right? And he had left that wrestle zombie in position to get getting threaded by the wolf.
I would be shocked if Woof fouls again this drive. Well,
yeah. Besides, if the Pum Wolf is coming back into the mix and laying there in the middle of everybody, that might make him foul it.
Oh yeah, you can foul it as long as it's not a positional cost, but there's a positional cost with it where it is, so...
Yeah, or that. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
But any foul at this point is pretty much just win more.
Yep. Yeah, the other wolf, of course, because it is a one-turn threat. On top of it, and generally annoying having a movement 9 AG4 piece.
Would you have re-rolled the 1 in 9 as Noob? Because to be honest, I don't even mind foul baiting it there, rather than burning the re-roll.
Probably not with 2 rerolls, no. And you already, it looked pretty bleak already to stop the drive, didn't it? To be honest, being 2 players down at that point already. But it also feels bad using 50% of your reroll. For not really much gain hitting a wrestle piece. You could discuss if you should blitz the wrestle piece to start with.
Yes, I was deliberately avoiding that topic.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the right player to try to pick on to begin with, risking that. I think that's a better... to discuss. I don't think you use the reroll. The discussion is probably more if you should blitz him to start with or not. Big up, Store. Store is ready to dice here. or get in, I guess. Going to be glorious morning game.
Store's already won 3 trees to 1.
Exactly. It's 3 times as good team. Yeah, Noob. Yeah, you probably need to make sure you don't lose any of your stand firmers. For Wolf, just in case. Are you only 2 trees, not 3 trees? Ooh. How much inducement do you get, Store? I'm looking forward to Singolo versus Shawnee. Minimax Banger Dwarves versus Max Wood Elves. That can only be funny.
That one should be a good game, yeah. It looks like Store's going Morg then, and with Morg is maybe, but I've always
Morg
found Morg a
Sour.
bit underwhelming against Wood Elves.
Yeah, Morg Sour Chef with. Yeah, okay. Plus a babe and a bribe. A babe or a bribe? I guess then it's 2 babes or a bribe. I will imagine. Yeah, I don't know. Morg is a bit of a weird one. Sarah's makes all the sense in the world. Yeah. I don't know either, but it's a lot. But yes, in Golo's Minimax Dwarf's getting what, 700, 800,000 as well inducements. Yeah, I guess it's more mobile than Deep-Root. What do you think the final score is going to be in Singolo versus Shawnee?
It shouldn't be much. I think at this point, Sean's just going to grind it out nice and quiet, I would hope. Because if he tries to run up the score, Singolo can do a lot of very annoying things.
Yeah, that's the... Like, was it Art was... Damian Art was talking about like a high score. But just giving up all those line of scrimmages will be potentially devastating going forward. There's no really need to it, you just need to win it.
It's not like he needs to develop his Wood Elf team much more, is it?
No, it's of course a bit shame for him. He's been going Dodge first than most stuff, which makes it slightly interesting game. Yeah, I guess at least Morg can move and do stuff. Yeah. I'll not be surprised if that is the case.
Sean does say that he struggles with the Daka though, but now would be a good time to practice it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get into... He don't really want to play with those dwarves. Where's the Palm Wolf? It's all the way up there.
Yeah, I mean, we're just waiting, basically, aren't we? Noob wants to see whether he gets the 1 turn or not.
Yeah. Yeah, and he used the ReBBL on the last turn, so he's probably not going too aggressive now. Wanting to... That's bad. Where is he? So whoever catches the kickoff will be it, because of course you will catch the kickoff by somebody. You do to to die someone. It's going more aggressive than I thought he will do.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing what Noob's going for at the moment. But I mean, he doesn't. I mean, I suppose he doesn't have anything anyway. He doesn't even have the guard to try and get in there and chip something useful.
No, and I guess there's if Wolf fails something, it might give him something.
Oh, maybe he's trying to create space for next turn so that Super Wolf can like dodge through on.
Yeah, do
like
something.
4-3 or something.
Yeah. I was about to say, which wolf are you blitzing? But since he nicely enough rolled a power on one of them, I guess it gives itself. You're probably blitzing with him, the big white on the other one. Ooh, but that comes back. That could have been pretty damn crazy, giving minus 80 to that one.
Yeah, I mean that's just gravy. Anyway, we could have cleared this up easily enough with just a push on that wolf.
Yeah, but now it's now you don't need to fear that one doing shenanigans. Okay.
White block before the mummy move is more precise, isn't it, or not? I guess he's worried about the wolf going down the side.
Yeah, must be, because he's not really fearing anything coming in from that side, even if the mummy, if the white somehow managed to fuck it up.
But it's a quad skull to fuck it up, I know, but...
And even if you fuck it up, it's Strange 4 still standing there. And then he needs to go the long way. Yeah. Boo.
I think expecting casualties on both wolves in a single turn is a little greedy.
PC.
Evening.
Yeah, that might be on the greedy side. It would just be nice.
I think this is perfectly nice enough, isn't it? Do you need to win this game, or is a draw good
draw
enough?
is fine.
Well, then you're fine.
Yeah, if the one trainer fails, that should be.
Dio's towering ego delivered this afternoon, PC.
And
is that the name of the team, or just a confession?
Let's say Tom's dwarves filled the punishment. I like the fireball only hitting one, but the one it hit, it took out his best dwarf.
Yeah, it wasn't. I know it probably looked like it was going for a sack, but it was just a collapse wizard. As long as it just needs to take something down, we don't even need the sack. Then everything collapses in. So it was completely fine as long as it didn't miss all 5 players.
Yeah.
It was fine as it was.
Yeah, I could see that. It makes, especially with the Strings 4 standing on one of the sides, made it really hard for him getting anyway. And it forced out the wizard, like the counter wizard, to try to make something out of it. It was just funny that the only one it hit, it killed, or missed next game, and it was his only mighty blow Longbeard. That was slightly hilarious.
Oh dear, did you hear the news, by the way? Or indeed read it, as it was a blog post where I first saw it. Apparently Fumble is having another major using the currently existing rule set. The Ulthuan Invitational is accepting applications.
Oh dear.
That one's quite nice for lizards, generally, isn't it?
It's certainly not bad for them. It's the one that is split somewhat arbitrarily into light and dark qualifying pools.
Oh, is it that one?
Based on the somewhat traditional concept of good and bad.
Do I have any Fumble teams at the moment I can throw in? I guess I could play my Strings 5 Dark Elf Blitzer and see how it goes.
I just want to be part of it. I'll throw in my dwarves, I suppose. They've got a missing. There's no chance of getting a game in R with them before it kicks off.
I think my Nanarines is battered up from last time I played them or something. Is kind of a way around the corner? Ooh, are we rerunning that? I was about to say if that goes down, there is kind of a way in for the wolf.
Yeah, there was.
I was a little bit
Well, now Noob needs a quick snap, doesn't he, for the 1 turn?
Does he? Yeah, there's no jogs on that team because he took piling on.
Zetek is the only jugs.
Yeah, so he can only get 1, and Wolf has 3 stun firmer. And he's going to try to kill Zetek now as well. See, Boop, if you just take jogs on that bloody wolf instead of piling on. I guess that was maybe one of the reasons he used the reroll.
Yeah, wolves are interesting cases. They meet most of my criteria usually for is this a piece I would actually ever pile on with. But they're just too damn expensive to be on the floor.
And they're too good standing. It's looking. If the 1-turner doesn't work, I think it would be pretty good. Wolf is taking out the good wipe, Stefan the Fateless.
This looks sorted. I might disappear and go and watch Muppet Pac-Man get.
Is he still playing August?
By Mankiz. No, they're
they're playing
games coming up.
It's Muppet casting it himself.
No, I don't think he's going to in the end. I think Artemis is going to cover it.
Okay, that's good. I think he needs all the help he can get in that one, which is not casting.
Yeah, I think he needs Mankiz. Is it Mankiz?
Yeah,
Someone
Mankiz.
Like
it's Mankiz 2200 chaos.
Yeah, I think he needs him to have a power cut. I mean, you can win any game of Blood Bowl, but some you just look at and you think, yeah, I need this to be one of those moments where you can win any game of Blood Bowl, because any casual reading of this looks very bleak.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. This is... Yeah, it needs to quick snap, but this is, if you get right a quick snap, this is not great. Oh, he also needs to give him the ball, of course.
Oh, plus he only has one guard, doesn't he? So this is brutal.
I mean, it's not impossible, but it's so near that you can see impossible from there.
He just set for the riot and makes, because the setting for the riot with the quick snap is so easy, and you just hope you get one of them. It's it's a 3 and a 9.
And which is what he is doing right now. This should be fine if he gets either. Something like that.
Which happens 1 in 6.
When you're preying on a riot alone, that's when it's very bleak maths. It's still sometimes better than setting up for a 1% one-turn chance.
He got the good one.
There we are, the good thing happens. Not, of course, for you guys, but then, you know, adversity's good, isn't it, DA? Wolf will be learning from this experience.
Yeah, I don't particularly... I know why he's backlining, but it's... Oh. It's just a long way now because of the riot. If that wolf gets the ball in a cage, in scoring range, this is uphill. And because the wolf has plus movement, getting it in a cage is not really that hard.
The slightly bigger problem with this backline is that his ghouls, especially that Bloodstep ghoul, is in the wrong position. It needs to be where the middle wrestle zombie is.
Yeah, exactly. So all the ghouls in the middle. The responsive pieces, at least where you can use them. Okay.
He's chosen a very unrowdy position to advance to, though.
Yeah,
but then it is such a fast piece, isn't it?
But this is... It's interesting what because of no rerolls. Now he'll be kicking himself for using that reroll. Because this is a bit what you do in which order now. Guess static is the scoring option. Because ideally I think you wanted the ball in the hands of that wolf.
Yeah, of course.
Before moving it.
Yes, because it makes it so much easier, but the lack of rerolls means you just have to take the chance that you can get the ball to it.
Yeah.
And at least put it in range so that if you can't, next turn you get another shot.
Do you check the other wolf up, or do you...
Oh, that's the tough thing. I mean, I do. I think you create another option somewhere.
The loner doesn't really matter because there's no rerolls any freaking way.
This is right, isn't it? You don't want the ball on the wolf now. You have the ball on the white, and with the white in position to hand off to all 3 scoring threats.
Yeah, you need to do that now.
Yes, I would prefer to have had it on the wolf because it's got the speed.
And just standing in a cage.
Ooh, this is very rowdy. Yeah, just standing in a cage. But if I can't do it, then yes, probably you keep it dry for next turn. This is looking even better though. Now we just need to get some cover up.
On the other hand, the problem is, of course,
does this look better?
I would no. If
think
it doesn't, this can be chain pushed back now. If he doesn't go for it. I was it can.
Yeah, but we're a 2+ handoff from the other wolf as well, which gives us a secondary option.
Did we just dodge?
Setek over the other side of the pitch can't be completely ignored. There needs to be at least one thing on him. Ooh, some very rowdy go for it at the end there. I mean, I don't mind this position.
Can he? Cannot really, and you still need to put something on Zetek, yeah. Probably.
I mean, I think there's a bit much can get back in front of it. Well, the position looks reasonably strong. I suppose you're right, Dio, that from where it was at the start of this turn, I think my expectations were slightly greater than this in terms of the threat.
I mean, at best, it's going to be... At best, he's going to end up with a 3-3-2 with dodge, isn't he? And a go for it. So, with the catch, that's like 66-ish for the touchdown, not including the block to clear.
Yeah, and Woof can get wide back as well.
Wolf can actually stick the mummy on the scoring threat wolf as well.
Oh yeah, he can block it free. Yeah, block in, blitz in on the back.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
I don't hate
a
that.
nice calm double wall in front of this threat down the side.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
3 sizes across, and then free that mummy and blitz it in as a last action. And because without any re-rolls, blitzing as your first action, leaving that whopping great hole, seems a little prone to things going wrong.
I'm not sure what that blitz gains us. I don't think it gets us anything because we're just screening in there anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can screen one space further forwards, which narrows the pitch slightly.
Yeah, that's guess what we get.
Might even allow us a triple skin.
And we could still block sideways to get instead of the wide, get the mummy down and stand on the side of the cage on that zombie.
Yeah, I mean exactly. I mean the mummy can still get relevant, but it's not as relevant.
It's still not bad having it on the side of the cage with on the zombie.
I don't think we can put 3 lines into this wall.
We can with a. No, we can't. That's a mummy dodge. I was going to say we can with a white dodge, but then we don't get the mummy unless we mummy dodge as well.
Yeah.
We need to do one of the things. We cannot do both.
So it is just going to be a very traditional elf wall. Yeah, this is not. Again, you looked at the position pre. Oh. And you thought, no, this is not. I expected a little more from this position than this, didn't you?
Oh, he can double go for it with the mummy. He can double go for it with the mummy.
Yeah, and get it in and get 3 on that one. No?
Okay, no, I see.
Okay, you can still go. You can still put the mummy on top of those 2. And I guess. Then you don't need
the mummy on top doesn't gain us anything though, does it? Because he can just take care of the... Oh, I suppose it's strength 4 at the front because he can create the hole to get in behind the... Oh, but then it's tackle at the back there. Okay.
And sidestep.
Yeah, we're not hitting that though, we're just dodging past it.
Well, I was until this mummy came in, it was an option.
Well.
4+ hit that, and possible 2+.
30+ zombie? Wolf likes, even in normal time, he likes to use the clock. To the fullest.
Okay, well that's pretty nice. That's not a million miles from what I envisaged.
It's going straight for the Zetek option. Is that the best option?
Yes, I think it probably is.
Yeah, I'm probably right with the tackle.
I mean, it's now only a 2+.
2+
catch.
Yeah, but it's a 2+ into 4+ into 2+ is more.
4+, 2+, 2+. I didn't see an easier way through than that.
No, probably not. You're right. But we'll take it. It got more exciting. I guess
the 2 die was going to happen. So I took that as pretty negligible. So then it's just really 3 2+s and a 4+. That's not terrible from that position.
Yeah, it's like 30, just under 30%, I guess.
Well, there you are. I think that's nailed your draw.
Yeah, and it's the good part about this. How this ended up was it didn't end. It ended up him blocking the worst of Woofbark's players on top, which is kind of a win as well.
Well, it did, yes. I mean, it ended up a very passive end of the half because everyone was just scrambling for those positional moves. I mean, I thought Notorious gave himself a nice safe shape and some chances to score, but I do wonder if he'd been a tiny bit rowdier that turn before he could have given himself.
To be fair, we've been playing with those 5 teams for all the seasons. Oh, at least those 5 races. I don't know. Mine is pretty beaten up. I think we'll need to take a look what we can do. On the other hand, the rebate on playing the zones is pretty nice.
Yeah, but don't you have to bare one leg and paint your nipple green and sacrifice a frog at midnight before counting to 20 in Swahili before you do anything to a clan team?
No, people change things quite a lot. I think we're quite unique with we've been playing. Like we've been playing the same races for almost all the seasons, and we're also playing with quite low tiered in Rebel sense tiered races.
And I had a quick look at the rules, and then I thought, oh, I need someone smarter than me to explain those to me.
Yeah, the rules are pretty long and pretty long-winded to read.
Rule 15, subsection B3. This is the rule that we have here in case we need another rule to overrule the rule in section 24.7. It just surely doesn't need to be that difficult.
Yeah, we've been using New Blood a couple of times, like definitely both me and Crystal has been having to use New Blood. Yeah, and to be fair, I don't know if Dio's actually bothered reading the full rules, but I'm pretty sure both me, Crystal, and Wolf has. I'm pretty sure Elliot hasn't. He's going hard at quick score, isn't he? You want to play for the win. Are you still looking at potentially doing some clan PC, or did you give up with the big rules?
Well, I did lose one of the big names I was after, who's decided to actually take a break from Blood Bowl rather than find new ways to entertain themselves.
Yeah, because
but I've still got a reasonable core of people that could be interested in it. But I keep looking for details as to when the next season might begin or what the requirements to form a clan would be. And answer came there none. So
yeah, that's
sort of slightly on pause.
Yeah, the reason, but it will be soon because we're playing the last round now. So the information will be there soon. If I see something, I'll ping you.
Yeah, please do, because yes, I was quite interested, but it didn't seem like there was any clarity as to.
No, it will be there.
At all.
I think Mess is probably doing the rules at the moment for the next season, and then there will be like a spreadsheet and sign up and deadlines.
Glorious! I'm sure there'll be at least 4 or 5 more pages to be added.
Yeah, well, one of them is hopefully removing stadiums because they have problems with home and away teams. So it's the newest team always being at home is problematic from having stadiums.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense if they're working on the rules right now, and then the dates will be coming out, and we'll figure it all out. And Finny can be annoyed for another of my campaigns against stadiums.
Well, I mean, yes, I'm mildly interested. I mean, team events do interest me a lot.
Yeah, a team.
I like what that brings to Blood Bowl.
Yeah, it's
and
really.
Whilst I don't feel I would feel particularly welcome in Rebel, nor would it would seem last particularly long in Rebel from everything I've heard. At least the clan does seem a little more sane.
Yeah, it is definitely seem a bit more relaxed, and a lot of the people there Like half of us there play only. It's like a half and half of it.
Well, at the
A lot
moment
of
you can't give me strikes, and I'm in the glorious position of not giving a fuck because I'm not involved with Rebel in any way.
and the team aspect makes it worth it, and even having you can, but it doesn't mean much.
You could get pre-banned. That has happened.
Yeah.
I would love to be pre-banned. It would save me the trouble of getting banned. I wonder if I applied to join Rebel if I'd be allowed in.
You will.
I hear they don't like players of repute joining. And whilst I don't believe I deserve it, I suppose I have to face up to the fact I have some repute.
I'll be fine. If anything else, you guys should join the Friends Resurrection League as well. With
The gobs, yeah,
yes.
I'm not sure that massively appeals to me.
That's good fun. I do enjoy it. And it's nice to have a... Since I'm not normally taking my own too serious, it's nice having one I can take a little bit more serious.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't go try-harding in your own league, really, can you?
No.
I
tried.
A bit gauche.
I did try not to, but the wheel still gives me those bloody Undead. I guess Bluer, his own league, is one of them. Oh, good answer.
Are we happy with this? Wolf
We
could have obviously hit the Pom Wolf instead with a couple of go for it.
Do they have a win state? Do they need to win this?
No, we don't. But did Noob, Notorious, but BB2, if they win the round, they're staying up. If they lose, they could theoretically go down. Yeah, no, well,
so he probably does need to push for the win.
Yeah. It is why we have two. I got 2 week deadlines, is to allow people for 2 weekends to schedule in.
Because it does very much like that we're just letting them score.
And we do have Gary on, Tom Snissel, and J5 is American as well, isn't he? We do have yeah, we do have 2 weeks for the same reason. We got J5, Tom Snissel, Gary on, Fight Fight. So I got a handful of Americans by now, or Canadians. North Americans, Bassa.
Whereas Texan, Fight Soul Fight is Floridian.
Yep. So we're getting more and more from that side as well. But I'm keeping the 2 weeks for the same reason, just to make it easier for people to schedule. But it also means that it can feel a bit slow grind.
And this looks very much like this is a screen for a handoff for a score to me.
I will imagine
okay,
so. No, we're waiting a turn.
Yeah, it looks like we are. We're stalling up.
With 2 rerolls, it's really hard to blame him for not wanting to do the handoff, isn't it?
Well, it's a question of how much time does he think he needs to put the pressure on Wolf, isn't it?
I think 6 turn defensive is completely fine with 2 wolves.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's enough anyway.
No, it might be 1 turn too many. I think 5 might be a tiny bit more optimal, but a tiny bit of
but it's no matter
time
what
fear on the Undead.
But the problem is, again, of course, Wolf doesn't actually need to score.
No. No, he can just turtle, can't he?
Yeah, 2-1-1 is fine. 2-2-1 is more than fine for us.
It's a hatefully negative way of thinking.
Yeah, but that's a team event. Like,
I know.
we had the funny part of this. I can show my favorite clip from this ReBBL season, where Bleeding Hippie go for an extra 3+, and instead of he could take them both down and secure the win in the round, in the game, and by that beating us. Instead, he decided to go for a pretty safe scoring option, but failing it, and Chunta making a Chunta play the other way to draw the game, and by that not winning the round, and by that not winning the season now.
Yes, no, I've sat at games where you're thinking, I can win this if I absolutely am risking nothing to do so. But the most important thing is that I do not lose. And that's what's interesting about a team game sometimes of Blood Bowl, isn't it? Is
Even just
in those slightly different positions.
Even just league game, I played my Vintage Ops this morning. I'm leading the division. I was playing number 2, which plays Wood Elves. So I was just driving for a 1-1 game and trying to have as many players so he couldn't one turn easily. And be fine with that when keeping my lead.
I've been pretty surprised watching various clan matches how uncommon it appears to be for people to actually think about the clan state rather than their individual game. So if you've got a decent team, all you have to do is draw your game, make sure you don't lose. If it starts to go bad, you just draw it and trust in your teammates to win, which obviously we're used to from ReBBL, but it doesn't seem to be common.
No, and it's quite funny. I think it will spread with the newer clans as well. The newer people coming from the outside. I did like that though, Stor. I think it's definitely different, and I think it's the same with all team building and the whole exercise has been in maximizing to use your equity, maximizing the clan equity for the season more than actually somebody having the perfect team as well.
Well, Tiger Woods is no good at the Ryder Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the delta of wins, isn't it? That's the first tiebreak after points. It's your clan delta of wins. That's why it's on the scoreboard. So it's the match delta after wins and losing, which we are leading over Metal in as well, for that matter. So Wolf needs to protect the ball for 5 turns.
So we need a safe, passive drive forwards, don't we?
Yeah. In reality, I guess he just needs to make sure that those 2 wolves doesn't change the game.
Well, for one,
you absolutely want to keep at the speed of the mummies, don't you? Until the game is beyond the reach of the Necro.
You might even start your drive with falling back out of range of the fleshy.
Oh God.
We don't have to do. We just park on the side because we've got the stand firm and he doesn't have the Jugs Frenzy to surface, and then just walk backwards a turn.
Yeah, just
walk backwards 1 square every turn, and we're fine.
Yeah, it's glorious. It's my favorite moment.
We're not defeated. We are not retreating, Mildred. We are merely withdrawing in an orderly formation.
Ooh, spicy. To be fair, one of my favorite games was winning a NAP championship after doing exactly that. Trying a couple of turns to break through Necro team and just starting turtling 1 square backwards. Waiting for him to realize I was not going anywhere. That was quite hilarious.
Yeah, one of the things that people do wrong in these situations is going straight to their own backline and not giving themselves any space behind.
Yeah, you need to do it slowly.
Well, again, it's always about controlling space, isn't it? I mean, that is Blood Bowl. I mean, I know there's these things called pieces and dice and all of that nonsense.
And there was much rejoicing.
But he who controls the field will usually win the game.
I think that's at least one thing we all 3 pretty much agree on, isn't it?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Crystal.
Evening, Crystal.
Hey. What's going on with that? What did I miss? I just got home from work, so I haven't checked anything up to this point, or up to the point where I was chatting still.
Woof scored and literally just let Noob score in 3 turns without risking anybody. Just moving away, not risking him to actually take out anybody good. Controlling space.
I see it now.
Big up, Flicky. And thank you for the raids, mate. May we appreciate. Well, everything
Playing
helps.
Cantley. Yep.
I'm
just
tempted
gonna
to
check
say,
the client
Stork,
as well, because
you get the sense Dio would one day be found guilty of coercive control. But I suspect the exact opposite is the truth, and that in fact he is the slave, willing slave to his dominatrix partner. And enjoys nothing more than handing over all control.
When is Big Up actually managed to get to they're still in Division 3, aren't they?
They think of themselves as our nemesis, but it's like a year before they even get to play us, and they haven't proven anything yet. It's sad. It's pretty cringe.
who are we talking about here?
It's a Wank Nation.
Wrestling Kick Nation.
Oh, Wrestling Kick Nation, yeah, sorry. It's Big Up Flicky and Flicky Storm, Shocks, Gedanic. Who's short? Who's I'm missing one. Oh,
I'm looking forward to playing them.
yeah. In a year's time.
They've got Store and Gedanic, but as well as the good players, they've got a few others, haven't they?
Flicky Hancock and
Is
Shocks.
Shawnee part of it, or just the sort of?
I think he's the kind of the isn't he the
fluffer.
mascot?
The fluffer, right? Oh, Hancock. That's
Yeah,
right.
it's Toxic Hancock, Old Man Flicky.
Hancock is genuinely the next big thing, though. He'll win a title this year.
Okay.
Hancock's a very good player, and goes to all the right people for advice.
Has he been going to you, by any chance?
Oh, I wouldn't. I would never say.
I can see that with the old current man bun, you'll do well as a cheerleader, Shawnee. I can see that. Got a bright future. Is anything happening in the game? I guess Notorious Noob is just trying to put pressure on.
Actually, Shawnee, I think you dressed as a cheerleader. There's a cam girl future for you.
Why is them? Okay. Are we just blitzing Cetic and just blocking the rest?
I mean, Metal hasn't made it easy for us this season, and BB2 as well in extent. Like I at some point, like when we lost to Dash, I thought like, well, we're not gonna make it this year or this season.
Yeah, we shouldn't have lost to Dash. That was terrible. Oof. Yeah, we need to have a serious meeting. We cannot have that shit going on.
So, how many losses have the JMEN had now?
2. And a draw.
Ever.
Wow.
So it's 42. Did we get it right? Was it 42? What? Depending on this route. So it's technically, I guess, it's 41. 1-2.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how we ended up with Chunter in the clan and Skaven in the clan, but in 2 separate places. I don't understand how that happens.
So
have you not looked at top 10? Elliot is apparently really good with Skaven.
So when the team got created, when the clan got created, it was led by Elbmeme, and Elbmeme already had like he was telling us like, well, I'm allowed to bring a Skaven team along that I was already running from the admins, and it's quite good, and I want to keep running it. And I was like, yeah, I was invited by Alp, and he says like, well, you can't play Skaven, and I was like, well, that's okay, because like I'm already playing Skaven in ReBBL, I'm already playing Skaven in back then I still was playing OCC with Skaven, I think, so I was getting a bit Skaven tired, so to speak, of playing it everywhere, and I was like, well, let me play humans then.
Yeah.
And that's how it all worked out. So, and since then I'm just playing this team because my human team is freaking good, actually.
You were about to abandon it, weren't you, towards the end of last season, and then it suddenly rolled a bunch of good levels.
Yeah, exactly. I rolled a bunch of good levels, and I was like, well, this team is too good now to let go, because like if I let it go, I'm gonna have to start another team from scratch. And I was looking at ogres because I really wanted to play some ogres, and then I said like, nah, let's just keep the humans.
To be honest, every time I'm casting Elliot play rats, I think my instant thing is we need a reshuffle of the teams.
Yep.
Is it that bad?
At times.
You be careful. Elliot's confidence seems a little fragile at the moment.
I like Elliot, but it's been
for all of your woes.
It's been interesting. Yeah, but that's fine, Villanits, but that's
Elliot is. I've taught this to Elliot before. He's an excellent coach. Whatever he plays, it's just.
But there's something with him and that rat team. It's just not working for him.
Well, yeah, it's not even so much the overall win percentage. It's that Elliot on a bunch of races, especially the bashier ones, will be a guaranteed draw with good chances of a win, which is what you want in a team competition. And you can't have random losses.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
It's also the role what we see in ourselves, right? Like if you push me on Skaven, for example, I'll be playing a different role than what I'm doing right now. Like for me, it's like I'm getting bussed in a lot of the times, where I'm countering the edgy team a lot of the times, and if I win, it's great. If I draw, it's pretty good. If I lose, yeah, it's a problem. But still, like it's not that. Yeah, it's a bit of a different role than when you play like the Skaven team, because they basically get into a position where they usually get a favorable matchup in our team. So we got to think about that as well. Then, by extent, like who's good doing what, you know.
We also get every clan's assassinate, though, don't we? Pretty much, all the assassinates are used on us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's gonna be worse after this season, if we win this one. Like you're gonna get everyone.
We may need more miscommunication things.
Yeah.
We did get out of a couple of the assassinations that way around.
If I could run like 9 miscommunications, I would be totally happy with the with the situation. That's what we need, 9 miscommunications.
But yes, but for the avoidance of doubt, PC, Elliot is an amazing coach who we love. It's just that particular Skaven team that we're not enthralled with.
And it's really weird.
Written everything down.
It's on my board. You can just repost it. I think he's joking about it. Like there's still something. He's like saying.
I think Elliot knows secretly what you all think of him. I don't think he's in any doubt.
I mean, I've asked Elliot in myself. Like I bypassed everyone. Well, pretty much bypassed everyone. Like I quickly went to Elliot when we had a team slot open and went like, well, I want you in. It's that simple. So like, he knows what I think of him.
Yeah. And then we had Cyber Knight vacating a spot for a bit of a time. What a terrible lot. Having to pay a bit of bread, and then he couldn't play. Then he got DU. It's a hard world. It's a hard world.
Hey, Jimmy.
You cute straw. Oh, I can see Cetic is threatening the backfield again. I'm not sure. Is Noob doing enough to make anything happen?
Not that I've seen.
Well, if you said like Woofbark would kind of let him score, like he's playing this according to the book, then isn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he's
he's just killing time. And,
Yeah.
the whole thing was cannot.
There's a sort of gentle pretense at a move forwards, but it's not real.
No, and those two, he doesn't even need to turtle because Noob is not really coming to him either.
No, just clear the lines. Sexy Setek is the only concern really at the moment.
Oh, I do like Cetic, but he's a bit of a lone wolf up there.
Yeah, you've got a feeling he's just not quite going to get it all done, is he, in the rain on his own?
No, Wolf doesn't even care. He's just moving, having fun with the jokes on that Fleshy.
Well, if you've got Juggernaut, you may as well use it.
Yeah, it's good skill. It's a good wide.
It is, yeah, it's fun.
let's just hope Woofbark doesn't leave like a 0.4% chance open to give him a touchdown or something. Like,
No.
you know what I'm referring to.
I did link the play a little bit earlier.
Mm.
That's still hilarious if that ends up making it.
Yeah, that would be fantastic if that's the decider, sort of. Alright, I'm gonna eat some dinner. I'll be back like in 10 minutes.
It will still be in turn 14, 15 in 10 minutes.
There is a chance for Noob here because of the gap left. We could have had a full line across there so that Noob couldn't slam a piece through the gap.
Right, that's a bit of a hole.
Noob might not want to suicide one of his wolves like that, though.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's how much do he think? Like, what is the actually odds of winning the two last games and sending them down? Contra risking those two wolves with the team. Okay, he's coming in for some pressure now, I will imagine. And Cetic can go around as well, do stuff.
Without sidestep on the wolves, I don't think this does enough, though.
No, but at least he's trying something now, right? But it shouldn't be enough with
I'm not sure this was a particularly interesting game for viewers, but I think the title tension kept it interesting for us.
Yeah, and it's still, and to be fair, it could in theory still go wrong. But yeah, I'm not sure your game was not particularly interesting after turn 5, first half either. When the Apple worked on the 84, and Noob afterwards killed his runner with 84. But most of that excitement of that game kind of died as well there. Yeah, the only thing I think if Noob really wanted this, he might have needed to bring some pressure in earlier and try to create something. Because Wolf was clearly not intended in creating anything. Oh, he got out to dodge on. Guess there might be something in this. Guess. It's definitely like a lot of need to happen in a short time now. Why are we blue?
For the 1 in 9,
Yeah,
but
I guess.
for the jugs. But I didn't love it.
My game, my title is in my stream in OBS is saying the right. Might not have freaking updated Twitch. You know, freaking over Twitch.
Yeah, the screen's showing 111.
Oh, down. Oh, that record. I was
in the bottom left corner text.
Ah, that one. I was nope. I can update that. The overlay. I was thinking of the Twitch title. For some reason. Who reads anything anyway? In this world anymore? All of them, or just some? Down back on the corner, I guess. Have you actually people blocked in the Discord?
Wouldn't you rather be slightly looser than this, so that we can sidestep into a square where it then can't scatter out through?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. You might have left that square. Actually, you might have Mummy a bit to the side, so you could sidestep to exactly that square.
Just wanted to say, like, it's good to have like Woofbark in this last round of the whole thing, because like if I had to be in this position and I had to draw, like, it's very unnatural to me. Like
We know. You're close enough drawing your game anyway.
Yeah, I was. Oh man, that was just all the dodges there that just kept working, and I was like, oh shit, he's actually gonna do this, homie. And then he filled that 1 in 9.
You could almost say you probably should have drawn that game. That's fine. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
I think, to be fair, Elliot shouldn't have lost his game either.
Yeah, exactly. So that weighs it out a little bit.
Yeah. Are you going for this? You cannot really afford to tag the... Are you just going for the... Are you dodging in for the uphill, or are you just trying to mark again?
If you're tagging, it's from rank 10, which isn't good enough, is it? Because you can just be pushed straight out unless you tag with the other wolf.
You need both wolves around, I guess. He's going for it. He's going for the red dice. Does wolf has sidestep? No sidestep fend. He doesn't have fend though. That's a lot of pushes. So now you need the other scoring. You need the other wolf in scoring range now, really, right?
Yeah, it's non-trivial though.
You can just go around the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and go for it. Yeah, you should think so, with it being double pushes on the first one. I'm not completely sure what the idea was there. Also, the sidestep will be better for you on the second one, I guess, as well, on top.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. The sidestep is better on the better for Noob on the second hit.
Yeah, so you should definitely wait with rerolling to second hit. And then dodge, and then go for it. No, he doesn't even need to go for it, it's plus movement, right?
Well, it still needs to go for it, because he doesn't have sidestep.
Yeah, so you can just get hit back. You might... Are you attacking, risking that? You are, apparently, but now you... Now the focus should literally just be blocking and blitzing that one back. And then you don't care about anything.
You can even blitz with the wrestle, and then you've got everything on the first hit. And then you've got 2D to push it out of range, and that's game.
Yeah. Yeah, blitz with wrestle, I agree. You don't really need to care about anything else. Oh, you probably need to know this stand firm on those two, so you probably potentially want to stand up and make sure Cetic doesn't do stupid stuff. Why are we risking this? To get this grab, but still? Huh?
So if you basically down that wolf, you win the game. Or you win the...
It's down the wolf, and then I maybe dodge the one white in there that doesn't have strength firm, and that's game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so hard for Noob to fill the squares to get this wolf into range, though he might not even bother.
I guess we're 3-dicing it for good measure.
But we can grab it out of the way, can't we?
No, well, we can also just power it. And risking pushing it the wrong way. I guess we just take the ball and run it downfield now instead.
Wonderful, there's the necessary down. And now you just take the other one.
I guess it was for tackle, but it's kind of helping if it fails, but I guess.
Well, I'm popping the champagne already. Might be a little bit too early, but...
I've been drinking a lovely 9-year-old vintage cider all the game. It's been brilliant.
Ah, very nice.
Metal sparkling.
Yeah, there we go. This is over.
Yeah, I could have blocked it again. It seemed easier to just do it the other way and not risking getting it actually closer to range. But I guess with the grab it is alright. I guess you're right.
Good season, lads. Never in doubt. No problems here.
No problems at all. Sheesh.
Only coming down to the last game of the last round. Otherwise, it was fine.
There were some moments in the season, like there was a game I lost and I felt like I flunked it, and then I was like, shit, we're gonna lose this round, and then the last two that were playing still managed to win that one.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
Hey Tom, have you been mourning the loss of another dwarf team?
It's great to have each other's back like that, because like I think every one of us has that sort of in the season, a moment where it's just like where it just doesn't work out, and then someone else just wins their game, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a new blood team already, wasn't it, Tom? Here comes the wide from Matic. Yeah. I'm not sure what the Matic will be. Both getting the ball and scoring was a bit. It's not really happening, was it?
So Woofbark didn't lose any players, right? So
Yeah.
we can use the AEC on
Yeah,
on Dio's player.
Yeah, and you can always, if you don't want it in the end, you can always cut it in the
Later,
cut it later. But there's no reason to cut it up front if you can save it.
Yeah, just use
Okay.
the
As long as I get the actual good levels.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect anything else by the game, right? I never had to use one because I never really. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. That would be evil, but yeah.
I think that's what we've said, that it doesn't affect anything else. So.
Yeah.
We can just check the rules just in case, but I'm pretty sure like
yeah,
you still
it
get
will
your,
not make sense. So that's good, and we get a win.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well done by Woofbark, and well done by us. Second time champion. Super excited. And good game to BB2, because it still was interesting after the Elliot loss. Like I kind of started to get worried.
Yeah.
Because 2 wins and a draw is not easy for out of 3 games, you know. Like that was the situation, I think.
That's alright, Steph. Yeah, we did start with a draw and a loss then. Well, my draw and then into the loss by Elliot. But cheers, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support.
And end up winning both games today. That was nice.
Glorious day. Yeah, exactly, Jimmy. Glorious JMEN domination. Feels good.
Is it on cooldown? You can do it here as well.
I'm not gonna start about the 0.4% thing on Discord anymore. Like I wonder if Metal will do that, but I'm not gonna bring it up.
It's pretty simple. He had 100% chance to win.
100% chance to win. Yeah, he had. Yeah, he should have downed my player.
Oh, even I cannot do it straight after.